Welcome back. Today we'll be analyzing episode 7 of Confessions of a Female Founder. And I'll be honest, after a full 6 episodes of Meghan Markle's word souping her way through buzzwords and metaphors, I struggled to sit and listen to this one. But I did. And let me tell you, I have thoughts because this episode gave me a lot to think about. I'm going to walk you through it clip by clip because while Meghan is still trying to present herself as someone who's relatable, polished, and profound, what we got was a word salad buffet. Okay, let's get started. Let's start with this moment here where Meghan compares entrepreneurship with gardening.
Okay, so I think you guys know I really like being in the garden. And running a business, funny enough, it's a lot like gardening. Some seasons are for blooming, others are for planting seeds, but most of the work, especially early on, it's tending to the soil, it's the foundation, it's what everything is going to grow out of. You got to make sure the roots are strong enough to carry what's coming next, and this is especially true when you're bootstrapping a business, running a business independent of any investors, private equity, VC. You are doing it on your own. You have to be so intentional and careful with all of your choices. And you can't expect a harvest to happen overnight. That's impossible. And look, this can be challenging, especially in a culture that praises growth at all cost. You are in the race to succeed, and success looks like numbers. That's what you're after. But financing your own company forces a very different kind of rhythm. It invites you to choose patience over speed. And guess what? Eventually, with a strong vision and all of that care on the details, oh, that garden will grow.
Now, I get where she's going with this. I really do. But this is the first sign of how much Meghan loves to speak. And this metaphor spirals into such a tangled bush of buzzwords that I had to rewind it 3 times just to follow where she was going with this. Mainly because I lost the plot halfway through. She starts in the garden, ends with private equity, and somehow throws in a lesson about culture praising growth. Like, honestly, it just felt like a foreshadowing of all the rambling to come in this episode. This could have been a powerful analogy if she kept it clean. If you're going to compare business to gardening, here's how it lands a little bit better. The seed is the idea, the soil is the market, the water is the action, and the sunlight is your support system. That right there is a clear metaphor, but Meghan adds so much fluff that it loses real value. And it will continue throughout this episode. So let's go to the next clip where Cassandra drops this little gem, just a tiny gem.
I want to make great products that people love and reorder because I really genuinely believe that reorders are what make a business. That really tells you I value what you've created to the point where I need it again. That is not a business plan, but it is an ethos. Business plans get rewritten every single year. Your ethos does not.
Yes.
And so I think for me, it was building a business off of that ethos. It's genuinely of service, creating this great experience for the customer that will somehow impact their life for the better.
Yes, it's of service, it's intuitive, it's listening. I mean, I think part of it is, as you talk about the ethos being something that is evergreen, that can be applied to a lot of different modalities.
Oh, Meghan, every single time that a guest gives us something real, she has to sprinkle in her buzzwords. Cassandra is clearly speaking from someone who's tried multiple businesses and learned what really matters. And she's right. Reorders are everything. A sellout product is vanity. Reorders, that's validation. And Meghan, she's talking about jam, box pastries. I don't know how many people are going to reorder that stuff that you can just get at any supermarket at equal or lesser value. So yes, Cassandra, this is what real business sounds like. It's about value, not vanity. Reorders show retention. They mean your product solved a problem so well that someone, your clientele, is coming back for more. Meghan sold out in 45 minutes. And who's really coming back? You can sell out once with hype, but longevity comes with trust and function. Okay, the other thing Cassandra pointed out was ethos, which is something Meghan completely misses in my opinion. So let's break it down. An ethos in your business is your core belief system. It's what drives decisions even when things change. It's not your packaging, it's not your logo or your caption tone. It's the why. In Meghan, her brand ethos seems more curated than committed. There's no thorough line, just new aesthetic each and every time. Okay, let's go on to the next one. And this is Cassandra, where she casually explains how she came up with the name Kitsch.
And
Well, actually, let's just talk about the handmade part because Kitsch, even the name, the namesake, that's so much a part of it. Can you talk to that for a second?
yeah, so when I was starting Kitsch, I was thinking about what am I doing? I'm sitting on the floor of my apartment. I'm making these hair elastics. They're, kind of silly and fun and cute. And I was like, it's kind of kitschy. And I was like, what if I would just call it Kitsch? And that's how we came up with the name.
I loved it. It was brilliant, simple, and memorable. No focus groups, no overthinking, just intuition. And guess what? The name sticks. Sometimes the best names are the ones that come naturally, not the ones that are cooked up in a strategy sessions with like 12 consultants. Meanwhile, Meghan's branding feels exactly that way. Like it's gone through so many rounds of marketing consultants, she still landed on as ever, which tells me absolutely nothing about the brand. Sometimes in business, the simplest solution is the strongest. Meghan claims she's in the details, right? But when everything looks overworked and underthought, the details become the distraction. And she, my friends, is the distraction. Now let's go to the next clip. This is where things get a little bit strange.
It's interesting in talking to so many different entrepreneurs, and a lot of the origin stories are women who do not come from a lot, do not have a big MBA. I didn't go to business school.
Yeah.
But you're recognizing what there are needs for, and you're also saying, what do I want to share in the world?
Oh, this one is probably the most out of touch moments that she has in this episode. It's like she's not listening to her own guests that she interviews in her podcast. She says that women came from nothing. But if we go back through her guests, Whitney Wolf, she came from wealth and married into wealth. Reshma, an attorney with political clout. Jamie Kern Lima, her husband was from Wall Street. Katie Lee, raised in Connecticut, college educated as well. Heather from Figs, privileged background and college educated. Hannah Mendoza, right there, she's arguably the most grounded from the list. This I'm just like them act is exhausting to follow. So let's just go on to the next clip, okay?
And that at some point, I'm so curious you have this pinnacle of success with the business. I'm assuming at that point you probably have some investors too.
No, Kitsch is still bootstrapped today.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not.
I'm shocked.
We were profitable year one. I mean, that's what happens when you don't hire a graphic designer to do your logo.
For 6 iterations. Are you joking?
No, I'm not.
Wow, I'm so blown away.
Mic drop, because Meghan was shocked. Because to her, running a business without external funding is unthinkable. Bootstrapping it for her is foreign. But Cassandra, she's proud of it. She built something lean, efficient, and profitable without outside funding. That's real business. Meanwhile, Meghan's trying to keep a jam brand afloat with celebrity press and strategic lighting. She has everything, and she still cannot do what all the founders that she's had on her podcast do. She can't do that because it's just jam. It's not solving a problem or serving people. And the best part was that Cassandra hits back with a calm, confident flex. We were profitable the first year. You know, the part where Meghan's business probably still hasn't figured out. That right there was a good clip. So let's go on to the last clip because this one is a bit chaotic.
You know, as we go back to Tula, and you said that she has this entrepreneurial spirit, for me, it's so important that my kids see me as a working mom. Now, if that's important to you, if you're saying you see in her that same spirit of you making these retainers, which I'm just picturing you in this garage putting glitter in a pink retainer and someone walking in and going, what have you just done? It's amazing. I'm assuming Tula's not making retainers. What is the entrepreneurial spirit that is coming out of her right now?
Okay, so what just happened here? This gives me a headache. Meghan starts by saying that she wants her children to see her working. And listen, that's a valid point. But when she randomly brings up Cassandra's daughter asking about her child's entrepreneur spirit, this is yet another example of how Meghan starts with one subject and ends up somewhere else completely unrelated. And it's so confusing, like she's throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. One minute, she's reflecting on the importance of being a working mother, and then the next, she's pivoting somewhere else. There's no thread, no flow, just Meghan bouncing between topics, trying to make it sound profound. Can you imagine her at business meetings? Can you imagine her as your boss? Oh my gosh, no wonder her business is floundering. She's not a direct person. She wants to sound more profound, or she just wants to sound like she's so intellectual, and she's not. All right, so here we are, 7 episodes in, and I'm thrilled to report only one more left, guys. Because if you've been watching closely, you'll notice a pattern. Meghan asks the exact same questions every single episode. She doesn't do her deep research. She constantly interrupts, and she keeps trying to position herself as someone she's not. A founder just like them, but she's not. And the more she tries to fit in, the more out of place she sounds. But hey, we're not here to hate. We're here to learn. And if Meghan Markle's founder era has taught us anything, is that nothing can replace service, value, problem solving, and consistency in business. All right, guys, one quick shout out to Eva, who supported me with 3 coffees in my last video. Thank you very much. And thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.